Welcome to Stegmeier Corporation's product installation video. This video is a step-by-step application of Stegmeier products to a residential in-ground swimming pool. It is our goal to show you not only how to install a cantilever edge on a liner pool, but also the installation of decorative steps, frontier desert deck, expansion and control joints, and many other functional and decorative concrete products and techniques. Remember that great pools start with Stegmeier products. Slip and join lumber is a reusable plastic form lumber used to form the outside of the deck. The end of the lumber is attached by plugging it into the coupler. No nails or screws are required. Because slip and join lumber is plastic, it tends to find its own elevation, requiring fewer nailing points, extending the life of the material. Slip and join lumber is made of plastic. These forms hold their shape without distortion. Should it be necessary to postpone the pour due to rain, none of the swelling or buckling associated with masonite or wood forms will occur. By cutting the stakes flush to the slip and join lumber, it makes it easier to screed, float, and edge the deck. When the concrete takes a set, the forms can easily be removed. The best time to clean the slip and join lumber is right after it's been stripped, while the concrete is still fresh. The slip and join lumber can now go onto the truck, ready for the next job. Stegmeier Corporation has several different styles of drains with a wide variety of colors to fit any style of job from residential to commercial. When setting the drain down the center of the concrete, you must first pull a string line. Attach the drain sections together using PVC glue. After mitering the drain tops to fit, attach the tops by snapping them into the base. 3/8" rebar should be used to pin the base of the drain to 3 to 4 feet intervals. The drain can be secured using wood stakes driven below grade and fastened with screws or wet padded into place with sand and cement if time and materials permit. Always be sure to double check your grade. The protective tape protects the drain during the screed and finish. The drain is now ready to remove water from the deck. Step liners are a foam form that is fastened to the inside of standard wooden or free-form steps to provide an architectural profile. These forms are designed with a breakaway that accommodates standard riser heights. Apply a spray tack to the step liner and the form and allow to air dry to a tacky consistency. Attach the step liner to the form flush at the top. It's important to butt the step liners up tight together so there's not a seam when you go to strip the forms off. To remove the slip and join lumber at the step, first pull the stakes and fill and float in the stake holes. To separate the slip and join lumber from the step liner form, use a margin trowel to break the bond. Now remove the slip and join lumber while leaving the step liners in place. Remove the step liner form by carefully peeling the form away and out, starting from the end. The foam profile tools available from Stegmeier are a disposable tool used to finish the face of steps and cantilever edges. This tool is unique because it is made of the actual foam product, making it a perfect fit. Also being made of foam, this tool is flexible and doesn't leave any chatter marks. To use the tool, simply spray water onto the concrete and the tool and rub back and forth. The use of the product is unique in that step liners add value and architectural design, but the cost of the product is more than offset by the savings and the labor that it takes to strip and finish the riser, as opposed to standard wood form. The cantilever step kit is a specialized form that provides the same cantilever edge to the vacuum-formed pre-made steps, using plastic chairs to fasten the forms to the top of the unit. The one feature most all steps have in common. Pre-formed corner is installed first using the screws provided. Make sure that you run the screws down snug only, just slightly compressing the rubber washer. This allows you to remove the chairs at the end of the job. Now we will show you how to bend a corner for the step. Using the bending tape provided, apply 3 strips of tape to the back of the form, making sure the tapes run well past the corner. Rub the tapes down tight to make sure they stick well. Pre-bend the form over your knee, compressing the form down to the desired radius. The straight sections of the step are braced with metal corner bead material. Peel away the paper from the double-faced tape and stick the corner bead to the form near the top. Insert the point of the tie wire through the corner bead, running it through the form, and wrap the end around the self-tapping screws provided with the kit. This will brace and hold the form straight during the pour. It's important to vibrate the foam to remove honeycomb. Stripping the forms from the steps begins with first twisting and removing the tie wires. These wires have a breakaway that separates well back into the concrete. A sawing motion with the string cuts the form loose from the plastic mounting chairs. Start from the end. Remove the form as you did the rest of the pool form. The plastic chairs can now be removed by pulling and twisting side to side. Misting the concrete with a spray bottle adds a uniform amount of water, making it easy to finish with a foam profile tool. This technique works well on jobs when a broom finish or even a tight trowel finish is necessary. Stegmeier Corporation's clip lock forms are foam forms designed to install a cantilever edge on in-ground liner pools. They come complete with liner receptor track. The liner receptor track is available in either PVC or aluminum, and also in straight or flex, should the pool be a free-form pool. The screw should be fastened or driven every 14 inches. It is important to have the track butted up flush to the next track, because the liner track will be done after the job is complete. First, peel the paper from the double-faced tape and stick the form to the panel with the foam bead and plastic clips filling the liner opening. This form bead keeps the liner clean during the pour. The plastic clips snap into the track, locking the form in place every 6 inches. When attaching the form to the panel, be sure to use the palm of your hand, making sure the tape bonds well. The cantilever form should be vibrated using a portable, battery-operated concrete vibrator. Start with the end of the form, peel away and down to remove the form. Then remove the plastic clips. The foam profile tools available from Stegmeier are a disposable tool used to finish the face of steps and cantilever edges. This tool is unique because it is made of the actual foam product, making it a perfect fit. Also being made of foam, this tool is flexible and doesn't leave any chatter marks. To use the tool, simply spray water onto the concrete and the tool and rub back and forth. Stegmeier Corporation's deck joints are an extruded PVC control joint that is used to plan the cracks in the pool decks. They are placed in the concrete while the concrete is fresh and provide a weakened plane. Polyvoid is a full expansion material used to separate the deck from fixed immovable structures, such as walls, existing porches, and pool copings. Polyvoid has the tearaway that is a preparation for our two-part joint sealant, Frontier Seal. When attaching polyvoid to the wall, first pop a chalk line to grade, then use spray adhesive, and now line the top of the polyvoid up to the chalk line. Peel the paper off the two-sided tape on the nose cap and attach it, rolling it to the top of the form. It is important to mark the back of the form so the nose cap can be found during the pour. Now hold the joint flush to the outside formwork and cut the joint to length. The control joints are plugged into the nose cap at the cantilever edge. and pressed into the concrete right behind the screed board. Use the screed to tap the joint down and also check to make sure that the joint is straight. When using the bowl float, be sure to straddle the joints to make sure they are down flush. Stegmeier's dual walking edger edges the joint on both sides while at the same time cleaning the concrete off the top in preparation for Frontier Desert Deck. Remove the tearaway from the top edge of the polyvoid. Frontier Seal is a two-part self-leveling polysulfide sealant used to seal the joints between the pool deck, walls, existing porches, and pool copings. Pour the setting agent into the gallon can that contains the base material. Make sure you get all the setting agent into the base. Mix thoroughly, making sure to scrape the sides of the can. Be careful not to whip in any air bubbles. These could come to the surface after the seal is poured into the joint. It's helpful to squeeze the can to make it easier to pour into the plastic bottles. Once the bottles are full, clip the tip of the bottle for easy application. Pour the joint full, being careful not to overfill. You can always add more material. Make sure the area is blocked off until the Frontier Seal takes a set. Frontier Desert Deck is a beautiful finishing touch to any deck. Frontier Desert Deck reflects the sun's rays and keeps the deck cool. Frontier Desert Deck is a 1:1:1 mixture of marble sand, white cement, Desert Deck additive that is applied to freshly poured concrete. This material is mixed in a paddle-type mixer to a buttermilk consistency and applied with a dash brush. Be sure to follow the detailed mixing instructions that are included in each carton. Masking the pool panels and steps save cleanup at the end of the job. When dashing the inside and outside edges of the deck, it is always best to dash these edges and finish dashing the top of the deck bay by bay. This avoids any chance of overspray. The Desert Deck material is carried to the dashman in buckets by a laborer that stays on the deck. This avoids tracking dirt or mud onto the subdeck. Notice that the dashman is using a tall bucket. Two buckets taped together raise the bucket high enough to avoid strain on the back. After a section of the deck is covered, the dashman may want to even out the texture or raise the pattern a little higher. This is done by redashing a slight amount of material onto the work before it loses its water glaze. Remember that the object of this is to perfect the pattern, not to add more material. Once the Desert Deck has begun to lose its shiny appearance, it is time to set the initial pattern. Using the walking trowel on an extension handle, lightly pull the limber-bladed tool over the deck, adjusting the pressure to produce a very light pattern. The final pattern and tight trowel finish is done with a pool plaster trowel. This trowel is limber enough to even out any imperfections in the pattern without leaving any trowel marks. The ideal pattern to shoot for is 50% flat, 50% void. Now all that is left is the final details. Frontier Desert Seal is a catalytic agent which reacts with free alkaline hydrates by initially producing an aerosilica gel, which fills the pore spaces and voids left by the evaporation loss of moisture. Frontier Desert Seal does not alter the surface's appearance or the physical characteristics of Frontier Desert Deck, but it will significantly protect concrete from the damage caused by the freeze and thaw cycle. We have just showed you how to install a liner swimming pool using Stegmeier products. We used slip and join lumber to form the outer perimeter of the deck. The clip lock form and cantilever step kit were used for the inside perimeter of the pool. Stegmeier step liner forms for an enhanced stepped edge, nose cap and deck joints to control the cracks. Stegmeier's Flowmaster commercial deck drain for the drainage system. The Frontier Desert Deck was used to add a beautiful finish while keeping the deck cool, and Frontier Seal and Frontier Desert Seal to protect the deck. We hope this video is informative and helpful on your next swimming pool project.